Hey guys, so I'm going to show you guys how I move items in photos and put on neon strikes and graphics using only Picsart. No Photoshop whatsoever. So let's get started. The first step is to open Picsart. Go ahead and select on the tools bar and use the select tool. So what you need to do is select the part you want to move and then just select copy and go ahead and move it wherever you want. And then you're gonna want to use the erase tool and go ahead and start erasing the excess from the photo. This part can be really tricky, so be sure to do it slowly as much as you can, especially when the details are really small, like the plants for example. But once that is dealt with, go ahead and click apply. For this step, it's optional, but for me, I needed to block off the original nightstand, so what I did was just copied a bit of the wall so I could get it to blend in with the background. And when you're doing the wall part, make sure to get the part that's most closest to what the original wall was. So if the part of the wall you're trying to block off is more of a dark white, obviously you're not going to want to copy the other side where it's really bright. So be sure to make sure it matches, and go ahead and repeat the erasing tool as much as needed. And once that is finalized, go ahead and click apply. I'm gonna go full on how I edited this whole entire picture. So if all you really need to know was how to move the items, then go ahead and just stop watching the video. I wanted to have popcorn in there, and I did take photos of the actual popcorn, but it always turned out blurry. So I decided to use Picsart and just add in the graphics. I used the sticker tool. You could use brush as well, but sticker is easier, as that way you can minimize the size and maximize and kind of place it however you want and move it around. The brush is kind of like you just kind of put it wherever you want and that's it, and you have to undo it, so you can't really move it around, if you know what I mean. But just go ahead and go to the sticker option and just type in whatever you want and place it wherever you want. So after I did all that, I went into Lightroom and added on my preset. And if you want more details on my preset, I have it linked in the description below. And of course, I just adjusted the settings and colors and all that. And after I was done with that, I went into Snapseed. Now I use Snapseed as an additional way to brighten and use highlights and shadows on my photos. As much as I love Lightroom settings, I feel like Snapseed is so much better when it comes to the saturation, contrast, and all that. So I usually use Snapseed and Lightroom when it comes to editing my photos. And then I also use the app Retouch. Now you can use Snapseed as well for remove items, but I find Retouch a little bit easier. And of course, the Picsart does have a remove tool, but you have to use their premium plan. Retouch is really easy to use. So you just swipe over whatever items you want to remove. So the final step is adding on the neon effects. For this one, I went into the brush tool and clicked on the neon pencil, and I just select the color, and of course I kind of put the opacity down a bit so it wouldn't be too bright. And I just started circling the LED light bulbs I had on and all the light fixtures, and it was super easy. When I came to the background, the writings on the wall, I wanted it to have a little bit of a pop, so I did a neon on the writing as well, and of course the lines on the ceiling, which was kind of hard to do because I had to do it by hand. There was no line tool, but after a while it was super easy. So that is how I edited this photo using only Picsart, and of course some other apps when it came to editing the colors, but it was super easy and I love Picsart so much. And be sure to follow me on Instagram for more Picsart editing tips.